robots. If you haven't gone on the internet to see the video that came out yesterday, a house was built with a 3D printer in 24 hours, you should see it.
This house was built in 24 hours. How? Thanks to modern technology.
By the way, if you know anyone in the construction trades, they should be really worried. There are lots of things that are going to become automated in the next 10 years. And so the question becomes, what do people do for a living? Okay? But if you're a truck driver, truck driving is the single most common job for high school educated men in America. Number one, self-driving cars are an obsession of people in Washington because they're so cool. They're awesome. They're just so great. How neat is that?
Okay, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not touching it. Yeah, no, the car's watching. It sees... Oh my gosh, the car knows exactly where the person ahead of me is in the lane. Because I could see it here on the dash. And... Oh, red light. But that was... Ooh, that was interesting.
By the way, traffic safety will improve dramatically. Not one person I have ever heard in D.C. has raised the obvious question, which is, why are we doing this? We're doing it to save on labor costs. What will be the effect? To put out of work 8 million people like in a day. And what are those people going to do next? Write software? Probably not. What are they going to do for a living? It's a social disaster looming on the horizon that nobody here wants to deal with or cares about. And by the way, at the same time, the Obama administration set aside almost $500 million to fund, and I think it's still going on, some people haven't stopped it, to fund the development of self-driving cars. Really? So the U.S. government is actively working to put you out of work. Then you go on disability or something? The whole thing is horrible. So the question, the key question for this administration, for any administration, is what do people do? Because work isn't just a way to get a paycheck. It confers dignity. You're proud of yourself when you work. I mean, I don't need to tell you, you do something that everyone loves, and it's great. Wherever you go, people are like, oh, I can't believe that's what you're a firefighter. That's incredible. That's got to be a huge part of your lives. Why wouldn't it be? People need that. Men especially. Men go crazy if they don't have that. They do. Have you seen it? Yeah. They're horrible when they don't have that. And so if you have a whole country of men without that, you have major social problems. And so I just think, look, as I've said 9 times, and I mean it, I'm totally for immigration. But we shouldn't import a single new person, especially at the low end, until we figure out what they're going to do. And in my neighborhood, nobody gets that because they just love having cheap servants. I'm just being honest. It's totally true. And they're like, oh, immigration, it's all upside. Interesting ethnic festivals, and I never have to change my sheets, and it's just great. They pay their household help literally less than your kid makes for a summer job, and yet they feel like they're all like, I'm a good person because I, know my housekeeper's last name. Ugh, it's the worst. The arrogance of it all. But they're not asking the core question, which is, what is the rest of the country going to do for work? And I don't know the answer. I wish I did. But last thing I'll say, if I were the Trump administration, I'd shut down this self-driving car stuff tomorrow.